Boston was a city born of winding paths. Its streets were not laid on a grid. They followed the land, some traced by cow paths centuries ago. Charming and historic, Boston was built on a human scale. Cross town in minutes. Then the age of the automobile arrived. Suddenly those cow paths became a problem. Cars needed wider, straighter roads. Boston's ancient layout fought back, a puzzle of one-ways and dead ends. Gridlock carried an economic cost as the 20th century marched on. A center of education, medicine, and business, stuck with yesterday's roads. Leaders saw a city choking on its own success. Something big had to be done. In the 1950s, engineers proposed a highway through the city, elevated, 6 lanes. A highway in the sky, they promised, ending traffic woes forever. Built and painted green, it soon earned a nickname, the Green Monster. It moved traffic for a while. Planners projected 75,000 cars daily. By the 1980s, nearly 200,000 tried to squeeze on. It became a bottleneck, and a scar that divided neighborhoods. Bostonians dreamed of tearing it down and reclaiming their city. What if the highway disappeared, buried in tunnels beneath the city? Major surgery on a living city. Keep traffic flowing while digging below. Transportation leader Frederick Salvucci championed the idea, personally shaped by past highway damage. In Washington, Speaker Tip O'Neill secured essential federal funds. Governor Michael Dukakis and Salvucci built a coalition, despite opposition. Thousands of meetings shaped parks and surface streets to community needs. Endless studies, bitter fights, and staggering costs. Yet momentum grew. First, replace the elevated central artery with an 8 to 10 lane tunnel beneath its path. Second, extend the turnpike via a harbor tunnel to Logan, named the Ted Williams Tunnel. A massive integrated system to finally untie Boston's knots. Residents, those living with a decade of disruption, were central stakeholders. Designs evolved through feedback, building trust one meeting at a time. Slowly, political will and funding aligned, and the vision advanced. In September 1991, the Big Dig began. The first major phase, the Ted Williams Tunnel under Boston Harbor. Massive segments were built on land, sealed, and floated into the harbor. Sunk into a dredged trench, joined underwater, then dewatered to form the tunnel. Downtown, crews dug the new tunnel directly beneath the still-running Green Monster. Closing it first would have paralyzed the region. It was open-heart surgery, on a marathon runner. Thousands worked across a vast site, moving 16 million cubic yards of earth. Enough concrete for a sidewalk to San Francisco and back. Logistics on an epic scale. In 1995, the tunnel opened to commercial traffic. Relief for East Boston and proof of progress. Confidence rose as the most difficult downtown phase loomed. Much of Boston rests on soft landfill, wet clay, gravel, and debris. Ground could shift, buildings could settle. Engineers dug trenches and filled them with slurry to hold walls open. Steel cages went in, then concrete, forming permanent tunnel walls. Where soils were too wet, especially under subways, crews froze the ground with super-cold brine. The muck turned to ice, allowing safe excavation before thaw. They removed original foundations and carried live highway loads on a temporary forest of steel. The new tunnel roof became the foundation for future surface streets. Crews mapped and moved century-old utilities, sewers, water mains, gas, power, and telecom. Advanced mapping and careful handwork kept the city running. Relocating this underground jungle was an unsung triumph that made everything else possible. The project needed a 10-lane river crossing, but leaders wanted a symbol. Swiss engineer Christian Menn's cable-stayed design won, named for civil rights leader Lenny Zachem and honoring Bunker Hill's patriots. Striking, asymmetrical, and the world's widest cable-stayed bridge. A true gateway, welcoming all who enter. Towers rose via continuous slip-forming, seamless and elegant. Opened in 2003, the Zachem became the Big Dig's most visible symbol. A crown jewel linking Boston's past and future. While tunnels hide beneath, the bridge declares what the city achieved. Costs ballooned from a few billion to over 15 billion, fueling criticism and frustration. In 2006, ceiling panels collapsed, killing a motorist and prompting sweeping safety reviews. Crews uncovered layers of history, colonial ruins, and even ship timbers in old landfill. From cannonballs to a cache of bowling balls. Mysteries beneath downtown. Thousands of welders, operators, electricians, and engineers labored in heat and cold, proud of their craft. To stress test the harbor tunnel, 44 fully loaded dump trucks parked inside. Instruments barely moved. The tunnel held. A testament to skill and dedication, turning an impossible idea into concrete reality. In 2003, the Central Artery Tunnel opened, and by 2007, major work was done. Day-long jams vanished, trips through the city shrank. The new system worked. Where the Green Monster stood, the Rose Kennedy Greenway now winds 1.5 miles through downtown. Fountains, gardens, public art, and carousels, Boston's new front yard. Development surged, especially the seaport, reconnected to downtown and energized by new infrastructure. Despite controversy and cost, the Big Dig healed urban scars and reshaped Boston for the better. With courage and ingenuity, cities can fix past mistakes and build a greener, more connected, more human future.